welcome to the Northern Counties East League podcast. I'm Richard Watts. I'm now joined by League General Manager Matt Jones.
Hello and welcome to this week's official Macron Northern Counties East League podcast. Thank you as always for listening. Let's start in the Premier Division and at the top where Liversedge have seized pole position after a commanding 3-0 home win over Albion Sports. Anthony Brown was the man of the moment, bagging a brace, while Alfie Dean added the finishing touch late on. Danny Forrest's side didn't just win, they dominated the game. But their climb wasn't just about their own performance. Elsewhere, the weather and Storm Amy and other results played their part. Tadcaster Albion's fixture at Golker United was washed out by a waterlogged pitch on Friday evening, and Barton Town stumbled to a 4-2 defeat at Sheffield in the midst of all the wind and rain. Brandon Webster opened the scoring for the hosts after just 2 minutes, but the Swans actually led 2-1 at half-time through Joel Shepherd and Ali Ademir before a second-half comeback featuring another Webster strike, a Grant Tate own goal and a stoppage-time goal from Harry Spooner secured the points for Vil Powell's men, who now sit fourth in the table. Vickley Athletic also made strides, cruising past Beverley Town 4-1. Parkgate were ruthless, thrashing Penistone Church 6-1 to climb into sixth. Handsworth impressed too, sweeping aside Knaresborough Town 4-0 in a game that saw the visitors reduced to 9 men after a double sending off. Drama unfolded at Pickering Town, where Thackley staged a stunning comeback from 2-0 down to win 3-2. Eccleston United edged Horbury Town 2-1, sending the visitors back to the foot of the table. Bottisford Town and Rossington Main both earned draws to leapfrog Horbury, although Rossington will rue letting a 2-goal lead slip late on at Wombwell Town. Over in Division 1, Burnham District were in devastating form, dismantling Nostell Miners Welfare 7-0. Adam Baskerville was unstoppable, scoring 4, with Justin Circuit adding 2 and Theo Wainman rounding off the rout. Harrogate Railway Athletic was surprisingly held to a 1-1 draw by Athersley Recreation, while Worsbridge Athletic and Wakefield tightened their grip on 3rd and 4th with away wins over Doncaster City and Selby Town respectively. Leeds UFCA leapfrogged Crowell Colts into 5th after a 5-0 demolition job, with Junaid Cassius Gill and Edward Tordoff both netting twice. Brigg Town climbed to 6th with a 4-1 win at Route 1 Rovers. But the biggest scoreline of the weekend, that belonged to Armthorpe Welfare. They actually scored 5 goals after the 88th minute to seal an 8-1 thrashing of Glasshout Welfare. Bailey Lowe grabbed a hat-trick, with Alfie Charlotte, who netted twice, Will Mendonca, Harley McCormack and Charlie Clegg all getting in on the act. Mendonca had actually joined Armthorpe in the middle of this week from Glasshoughton. Elsewhere, Winterton Rangers fell 4-2 at Maltby Main despite a brace from Jason Chanayaya. Gould AFC cruised past Appleby Frodingham 6-1, with Nathan Perks netting a hat-trick, while Louth Town dispatched South Leeds 5-1. Ilkley Town and Clubthorne Colliery shared the spoils in a 1-1 draw, rounding off a weekend packed with drama, big scores and shifting fortunes across both divisions. On to this weekend, we have one game on Friday, where Worsbridge Athletic hosts Wakefield. That should be a great game as it's 3rd versus 4th in Division 1. On Saturday, we have a further 9 games in the Premier Division and 8 in Division 1 in a league fixture list that's slightly reduced due to Lincolnshire clubs taking part in the County Cup. I'll say no more on that, less said the better. I will end this week with a word of thanks to our amazing volunteers and club committee members who worked tirelessly over the weekend to try and get their games on, despite the best efforts of Storm Amy to disrupt the fixtures. We only had 1 postponement out of the 3 scheduled games on Friday, and all 18 of Saturday's matches went ahead as planned. Incredible, really, when you consider the amount of rain that came down, combined with the gale force winds. Well done to everybody at all the clubs.
Right, welcome to the NCEL Macron Wakefield podcast for this week. Tonight we have Richard and Jordan and myself. Aaron, our regular host, is at work today, so he can't make it this week. So you're stuck with me, and we also welcome, as I always say, to our listener, who we do it all for. And right, we'll get straight into it. We'll start with the Friday night match. It was Sheffield versus Barton. Barton had a chance to go to the top of the league. How did it fare, Richard?
It fared very wet. Storm Amy did her worst. It was a howling gale and driving rain all night. First, Sheffield were quickly out the blocks. They scored in the first 5 minutes, and Barton didn't know what hit them in the first 10 minutes. But then they settled down, got into the game, and dominated the rest of the half, really. Barton, they scored twice. Could probably have got another one on top of that. Went in at 2-1 up at half time. Second half was a bit more even. Sheffield came back, but Barton was sitting back to try and catch them on the break. And then all the action started, really. Barton had a golden opportunity to go 3-1 up, fluffed it. And then two crosses from the right led to goals. The first one came over, the defender took a swing at it, missed it, it hit the bloke stood behind him and dropped in the back of the net. And about 5 minutes later, same sort of ball, same defender, and the defender managed to knee over his own goalkeeper, lobbed him beautifully with his knee to make it 3-2 to Sheffield. Barton tried to get back but didn't, pushing everyone forward, and Sheffield broke away and scored an absolutely cracking goal in the last minute. Spooner, who came on as a sub and had a really good and made a lot of difference. So Barton will be quick. Barton will be kicking themselves. You'd have been very happy with a point there, but they'll be kicking themselves. They didn't get all three, let alone none. But yeah, exciting game.
I just have to put it on a certain time when Sheffield scored them two goals, and I could hear Aaron was very disappointed. He thought it was two on. He thought it was two on goals, didn't he? But the second goal was credited to Webster, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it looked like the defender had sliced it into his net, but he actually missed it, and the Webster, who was stood behind him, it hit Webster and flew into the bottom corner.
Right,
But,
right.
the second one was unbelievable. Just lob your own goalkeeper off your knee. It was incredible.
Oh dear, oh dear. Right, moving on quickly then. Moving on quickly, and then we had in Division One, where the league leaders, top of the league, playing the bottom team, and it finished Durham District 7, Nostell Miners 0. And Adam Baskerville on the mark again. He scored 4 goals, so he was on the mark. It was 5-0 at half time. And what we said last week, because Durham District played Wednesday, we thought they might be a bit tired, but obviously there wasn't when they can only had 48 hours rest between matches. But they won 7-0, so a good win for Durham District. Now moving on to Saturday's games, Beverley won, Frickley 4. Now that was a great result for Frickley because they won towards the low end of the table to go to Beverley and win 4-1. A great result. What do you think, guys?
Huge shock, that. Yeah. Huge shock.
Then moving on, Campion 1, Bottisford 1. So a good point for Bottisford at Campion. And then Eccleshill and Horbury. Over to you, Jordan.
Yeah, another tough conditions. We got a massive downpour over in Keighley about 45 minutes before kick-off. And then the wind came. It wasn't a great game to watch, in all honesty. Eccleshill took the lead in the first 10 minutes. I think we lost the ball in midfield. They literally played one ball through and then they put it in the back of the net. It was a good finish, to be fair. Horbury played really well in the first half, I'd say, playing some nice football. They had the wind in their favour. Didn't really test the keeper with all the good work that they'd done in the final third. Then went into the second half, uphill slightly and very much so into the wind, but didn't play any sort of football whatsoever. It took us until the last minute to even have a shot on goal. They got a second after 54 minutes. Another good finish, to be fair. I think he was a substitute. He'd just come on. He turned on the right hand side, turned in and curled into the top corner. We never looked like scoring up until the point that we did score. The keeper couldn't hold on to a long-range strike, and we got the rebound in. And honestly, we probably could have maybe even snatched 3 points, never mind one, in injury time. The keeper made a good save with his feet. And then a couple of minutes later, we had 2 corners, and the second one, we headed it over the bar with a free header. So we could have actually at least got a point. Not that we would have deserved anything, in honesty. It wasn't a great game to watch. Conditions weren't great, but neither was Horbury.
Oh dear. Oh dear. But I know you haven't got a lot of time tonight, Jordan. So do you want to preview your Saturday's game? I think you're on to Beverley. Is that right?
Yeah, it's actually our first home Saturday fixture this season so far, which seems pretty strange considering we're in the middle of October. And we've timed it well with the international break, so hopefully a few people that would ordinarily go watch the likes of Huddersfield and Leeds in our area will come and watch Horbury. This is the last team that we've got to play who are in the top 13. So I think I mentioned a few weeks ago that we kept playing all the teams at the top. After 14 games, we'll have played the top 13. So even though we are sat at the bottom of the league, it doesn't look pretty. We have got a lot of games coming up in and around teams that are sat near us. So hopefully the tide turns. We've got pretty much full availability squad-wise now, which has allowed us to rest a few players that have probably been playing over the past few weeks that shouldn't have been. And we can use the squad depth over the next coming weeks. We've obviously got a couple of fixtures coming up where we can give minutes to players who are coming back from injury. So October's looking like a promising month. Hopefully we keep injury free, and we've got 2 guys back from suspension for Saturday's fixture as well. So yeah, selection headache for the gaffer, but we know Beverley's going to be a very tough test because there was 10 unbeaten before they lost the last 2. But we do have a good record against Beverley. I don't think they've beaten us in the league yet in 3 seasons that we've been in the same division. So hopefully that continues.
Fingers crossed. I was looking at the league table, and Horbury's only, as you said, Horbury's only played out of 13 matches, only played 4 at home. So there's a bit of imbalance there, isn't there, on the fixtures home and away?
Absolutely.
So I mean, there's a good chance that Horbury, with these home fixtures, start picking up points and move away from the lower end of the table.
Hopefully, yeah.
Because when I look at it, you're only 2 points off Bottisford, and it was 18th position, and you've got a better goal difference, -11 compared to Bottisford at -14, and then you're only 2 points behind Golcar as well, and 3 bearing now. So there's not a lot in it towards the lower ends of the table. That's what I was thinking when I looked at it.
Yeah, hopefully with the run of home fixtures that we should have coming up, we can use that to our advantage. I know that we do tend to play quite well at home. We probably could have got 3 points against Barton back in a few months ago, Richard, couldn't we? When we drew 2-2.
Could easily have won it. Yeah, could easily have won it.
It's been that kind of season for us where we've had quite a lot of games where we've been in it and not taking chances, which is probably the difference between this division and last division. And at both ends, really, opposition's taking the slim chances that they do get. But we're learning, we're adapting. Things are still positive within the camp. No one's falling out with it. So, yeah, things are still positive despite sat rock bottom.
Yeah, I remember last season, I think Richard will remember, when Beverley first came into the league, he had this really slow start, and they was towards the low ends, and then as the season got going, they clicked into gear, didn't they, Richard?
That's right. Yeah, they were well behind early on, weren't they? Yeah.
So you could remember the same things happens to Horbury. We hope.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Right then, we're moving on. I've just lost my page. Just a second. Bear with me a minute. Oh, right. Yeah, here we are. So we're just moving on to the next games. After it was Handsworth 4, Knaresborough 0 on Saturday. So a good win for Handsworth, 4-0 home to Knaresborough. Liversedge 3, Albion Sports 0. And I was looking at this. Somebody said this week on North County's site, Liversedge now, I don't know if you've noticed this, you guys, they've gone 11 matches without defeat, Liversedge. And I think they've lost the drop points in the first 2 games, but since then they're undefeated in 11 games. So they're looking good for going back up first time, I'm thinking.
Yeah, really motoring now, aren't they? I think they've won the last 3 games 3-0 as well, I think.
Yeah, so
Really motoring.
Yeah, so I think they're the team to beat at the moment.
Yeah.
Then we went Parkgate. Next, Parkgate 6, Penistone Church 1. So a good result for Parkgate. 2-1 up at half time. And then they added 4 goals in the second half. So a comfortable win because Penistone Church they're well up there. 8th in the league was Penistone. And that's where they are now. So with that win, Parkgate went above them. So good win for that for Parkgate.
Yeah.
Pickering 2, Thackley 3. Now, I see this one, Richard. Pickering were 2-0 up, and Thackley come back to win 3-2. Did you see that?
Yeah, it's a tremendous comeback, that, isn't it? Very, very difficult place to go against a team in form and come back from 2-0 down to win 3-2. That's a terrific performance.
Yeah, because Pickering have been going well in the league and cup, haven't they?
Yeah.
And then we got Wombwell 2, Rossington 2. Well, I don't think Adam's with us tonight. But when you're bottom of the league, like Rossington were second bottom, beg your pardon. And there was winning 2-1, and then Woman got the equaliser in 82nd minute.
Yeah.
So that would break a few supporters, volunteers' hearts, really. But it shows that Rossington are getting things right now, and because that's a good result to go to Wombwell and get a draw there, you know.
Yeah.
Then we're moving to Division 1. We're going to my team. Appleby Frodingham 1, Gould 6. Well, I wish we could play all our games away at the moment because at home we're diabolical, but away we play really well.
Is it taking time to get used to the 4G pitch? Is that the problem at home?
I'm not quite sure what it is because the other teams that come to Gould, they seem to adapt to it really well, as Jordan will tell you. When they came to go 4-4, you know, and then won on penalties, but because we haven't come to Tuesday night's game yet, I'll tell you about that when we get there.
Yeah.
But going back to Saturday, we hadn't played. This is according to our historian Graham, who's on the committee. He's been a volunteer for many, many years. He says we hadn't played Appleby Frodingham for 49 years.
Wow.
Since 1976, when we got to the second round of the cup when we played Wrexham, and Alan Turner was the manager then. And we went there, drew 0-0, and which we were lucky, and we won a replay 1-0.
Wow.
So we haven't been there for 49 years, so it was, you could say, new territory for us. But we had new signing Nathan Perks re-signed for us from Athersley. It was welcome back, Nathan, and he definitely made his mark because he put us up in front after 6 minutes, 1-0. Jimmy Howe's got a second in 21 minutes. Then Joshua Freywald, he scored just on the half time, a great shot, gave the keeper no chance from just outside the penalty area, made it 2-1. So I thought, second half could be squeaky bum time. But Nathan come up with the goods again. He got his second goals, third in 57th and 71st minute, put us 4-1 up. Stuart Ludlam, defender, hit a great goal, shot from outside the box, made it 5-1, and then Mitch Carter made it 6-1 at the final whistle. So it was a good all-round performance. Good crowd for Appleby, 160. I think it must have been about 30 or 40 from Gould. But a good result on the day. So happy days on our away travels. Because looking at Gould, I'll just say this now. At Gould, we've played 5 matches at home, won 1, and lost 4. We scored 11, conceded 12. But then you go to away, it's like chalk and cheese. We played 8, won 5, drawn 1, lost 2, and scored 20 goals and 8 conceded. And we were the second highest scorers away in the division. So if we could just put a bit of home form like the away form, would be a lot better.
Mm.
Which so I don't know if it's psychological or not. Who knows? But let's hope we can improve our home form going forward. Anyhow, moving on. Doncaster 0, Worsborough 3. So a good win for Worsborough. They're still in one of the league. And now, did you see this one, Richard? Glasshouse
Yes,
1, Armthorpe 8. Now, what was special about this game? Do you know?
they all came in the like there was it about 5 goals or something in the last 5 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, unbelievable. It's
Incredible.
I'm just looking now. I've got there's three chaps here on 90 minutes. Bailey Law 90 minute. Alfie Charlton. So obviously it's 90 plus 3, whatever. But it was what 3-1 up, and then I don't know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happened.
Incredible.
Hmm.
Incredible.
I don't know what the glass out manager would say afterwards. I think they'd all be a bit shell shocked, really, for that. But moving on then, Harrogate Railway 1, Athersley 1. Good result for Athersley because Harrogate's second in the league, so that was a good result for Athersley to go there and
Yeah, it
get a
was.
result.
Yeah.
And then we've got where are we? Uh,
Ilkley and
yeah,
Club Thorn.
Ilkley and Club Thorn. Yeah, Ilkley 1, Club Thorn 1. Luke Williams scored for Club Thorn. Kevin Gonzalez for Ilkley. Ex-goal player is Luke. Leeds 5, Crew Courts 0. A good result for Leeds because Crew have been playing well. Probably, I would imagine that could be their heaviest defeat this season.
Yeah, we thought so. Yeah.
Because they've come into this league and they've played well, really.
Yeah, they
Um,
have. Yeah. And Leeds have really started to pick up as well.
they have. Well, they came to Gould the other week and beat us 3-2, but that's another story. Then Louth 5, South Leeds 1. Now that's a good result for Louth because South Leeds have been playing well under new manager Tom Kleiss, and that's a really good result for Louth, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I'm just looking at the crowd for that. It's disappointing
Yeah.
crowd, only 35.
I can't. Yeah, I'm just looking at that myself. It's it's wonder how they can manage to keep going. For
Yeah.
35
Yeah.
crowd. I mean, Tam, you paid for the officials because they're not cheap, and
Yeah.
that's no. Um, then no, then we move on. Maltby Main 4, Winterton Rangers 2. Maltby was 1-0 at half time, and then they went up to 2-0 up. Winton got one back, 2-1, made it 2-2, and then they scored in the 72nd minute as Maltby. Then Harry Middleton got in the 90th, but Winton had gone. They'd played 2 and won 2, so I thought there was on a bit of a roll, but a bit of a setback for him, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then Route 1 Rovers 1, Brig 4, so that's a good result for Brig to go to Route 1
They're
Rovers.
starting to really go well, Brig, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, since we played him, we went there. I think we won 4-1. But since then, they've never seemed to look back. I think we must have played them at a good time, while they were still getting themselves sorted for the season. And because I've had some outstanding results as Brig.
Just
And
noticed
Route 1,
Josh Batty back from injury and on the score sheet.
yeah, he scored the fourth goal. I mean, there was 4-0 up after 59 minutes. I mean, and Route 1 just got a consolation goal in the 90th minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then we come to Si's team. Unfortunately, Si's not with us tonight. But it was a good win for Wakefield, 2-1. Harry Clapham scored for Selby after 12 minutes, 10th lead, and Tom Hinton equalised in the 23rd minute, and then he got the win in the 62nd. Good crowd for that one, but I would imagine
Yeah, very
boosted by
good.
Yeah, it's 294. But I see after that, they've got a new management team in today, haven't they, Richard?
Yeah, so I see. Yeah,
It was, I made a note of it. It's Stephen Baldell and Lee Needham. And I think they was at Wakefield last season where they just missed out on promotion, I believe.
be a good,
So
should be a good appointment. You would have thought.
you would have thought so because they've got experience of this league. So yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how things go at Selby going forward. It's ironic that Selby played Wakefield last week, and then
Yes.
they've appointed. That's what I thought when I heard the news this morning. And Selby appointed their ex-managers. So yes. Now we're going to Tuesday night now then, and we're going to the League Cup second round. And Barton was at home to Golco. How did it go, Richard?
Barton shuffled the pack a bit, gave games to those who've been sat on the bench or haven't played, and it certainly showed. And Golka were very impressive. They were smartly out the blocks, got plenty of pace down either front. I was particularly impressed by Callum Petch down the right hand side. Scored 2 goals and had one disallowed for offside. And also Kilburn on the left hand side. They've also got George Doyle back, who's a really good player. It's different, completely different Golka side that played earlier in the season. They were 3-0 up at half time, and really Barton hadn't really competed. Second half was more even, but the job had already been done. Very impressive win for Golka.
Mm. Well, Petri used to be at Gould, and he's a good player. So it's yeah, he's a really good player. So Golkar, they're definitely stronger with him back in the team.
I was
Definitely.
really impressed with him. He caused all sorts of problems.
Mm. And then with the holders, Beverley, who won the League Cup last year, got beat 3-1 by Albion. Good result for Albion that to go there.
Yeah. I mean, on the day, it doesn't surprise me that Albion can go and win there, but they just have been so inconsistent this season.
Yeah,
But,
yeah,
yeah, just looking at the lineups, it was a strong Beverley lineup, and yeah, good performance by Albion.
yeah,
Pretty
absolutely.
good
Yeah,
crowd for a midweek as well. Midweek cup tie, 200 plus there.
yeah. It is for cup because cup games when it's normal pay. They're usually smaller crowds, aren't they? The season
Yeah,
ticket holders maybe don't go for some reason, whatever, or not bother about cups,
yeah,
Anyhow, going back to goal then, we were at home, and this is why I talk about our home form. But again, like Barton, we shuffled the pack. We made 5 changes from Saturday, and it didn't work, basically. Eccleshill, I have to say, one of the best Eccleshill teams that's come to go from in recent years. We made them look good, but they moved the ball around well, and they were 3-0 up at half time. Eccleshill scored 2 of the goals. One of our guys, Leo Berryman, got sin binned. And whilst he was off for those 10 minutes, they scored twice. We made 3 changes at half time, but it was too late by then. When we played
yeah,
better in the second half, pulled one back through Jimmy Isles, but Eccleshill scored 2 more, and they were deserved winners. 5-1. You can't grumble, and they deserve to go into the next round. But it's our defence at home. It's not working at the moment. So I hope our managers, Rian and Jamie, will sort it out for this weekend. Anyhow, we'll preview that before we get there. Then moving on to the cup, Harrogate Railway 0, Ilkley 0. Harrogate won 5-3 on penalties. Liversedge 5, Maltby Main 0. So Liversedge still knocking the goals in. Gloucester 1, Doncaster City 3. A good result for Doncaster City there. Rossington 3, Selby 1. That's when Selby was still managerless, but now the new teams come in. Sheffield 3, Crewe 2. So that was a good result for Crewe. I mean, going to
yeah,
Sheffield, higher position. Sheffield are well up in the league, aren't they?
yeah,
And
yeah. Very good performance.
Yeah, they made him give him a good game. Then Woolwell 0, Campion 1. So that's a good one for Campion. But
Yes.
Woolwell. Then there was 2 games in the Division 1 on Tuesday night. Appleby Frodingham 2, Armthorpe 3. Armthorpe through Nathan Jarman. Now, didn't he play
Yeah.
for North Ferriby?
It did. Yeah, North
Uh,
Ferriby, Chester City, Grimsby Town. I was
Has he
manager
played
at Barton for a couple of seasons, player
Oh, yes, he
manager.
was. Yeah, he was, wasn't he? Yes, he was. Now you remind me. Yes. So, well, he's still playing as Nathan, and he scored the first goal for 2 minutes. But Adam thought were 3-1 up at half time. They scored 3 goals in 4 minutes in the period of the first half. And then Nathan got a second one in the 81st minute, but they went down 3-2. So,
He's a great finisher. He's got all the experience, and he's a terrific finisher.
yeah, and that means a lot, especially at this level. You've got to be
Yeah,
experienced. Just knowing where to be in the box and anticipating where the ball's going to come. It's that's a big thing, isn't it? Really.
yeah,
And then we've got just going back into the Division 1. It was Louth 1, Athersley 1. Again, the crowd was 35 on Saturday. It was only 38 here, so it's they don't get big crowds. It's a shame, really. But I
yeah.
don't
It
think the
is.
Louth. I don't think that. I've not been to Louth yet, but I don't think the ground is actually in Louth, is it? Is it?
I think it's a fair way outside. I think the only time I've been was a Lincolnshire League game. I think. Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, definitely out. He's definitely out of the town,
Yeah.
which
That
obviously doesn't help, does it?
no, it doesn't. Oh, it doesn't. No, especially on a Tuesday night, and if the weather's not good. Anyhow, they're going on to Wednesday League Cup. 3 League Cup games that night. Handsworth 2, Leeds UFSCA 0. Leeds University, so a good win for Handsworth. Penistone 1, Pickering 2. It's a good result for Pickering. Then Route 1 Rovers. This was the result of the night, really. Beating Premier League Parkgate 7-1.
Yeah,
And that man, Zach Khan, he got another 2 goals.
yeah,
And we were talking about Zach Khan last week, and so I'll get this in case we run out of time, because Si was mentioning about the goal scores at our level. And I get the non-league paper, and this week, of all the step 6 top scorers in England, he is leading it from 14 matches. He's got 19 goals,
wow,
and he's the top scorer in step 6.
wow,
And the next person has got 16 goals, Lewis Chambers from Retford United. But what's even better for Zach Khan, I mean, the scouts will be. I ought to be his agent, really, by the sound of
yeah,
it, because he's the top league scorer, all steps from 1 to 6. Is Zach Khan with 19 goals? Again, Lewis
wow.
Chambers is 16, and then chap from Redcar, Karen Clark, Redcar Town, 15. So he is in the, that's unbelievable, really. So
Yeah, it
he's
is.
a top
Yeah,
scorer in all steps. That's in the non-league paper. They do a monthly roundup, so that's great for him. So he's a really good. We play them a week on Saturday, so I'll get a first look at him, see how he goes on. But that's good. It's really good. Anyhow, say a good result for beating Parkgate 7-1. So anybody has to go to Route 1 Rovers in next round. It'll be a tough game. But the crowd, the crowd was only 63, which when you're playing good football like that, you'd like to think you get a few more through the gate.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Right, then moving on to this weekend's matches. We've got a match Friday night, and it's Worsborough at home to Wakefield. So that'll be a good clash. 2 teams up in the league. I mean, Worsborough are 3rd and Wakefield 4th. I reckon Si will be there tomorrow night. So that should be a good get for a Friday night. And then we've got going on to Saturday. We've got the Lincolnshire Senior Trophy first round. we've got Blackstones. I don't know where Blackstones is, but they're home to Brigtown. Boston Town at home to Bottisford, and Grantham home to Winterton Rangers. Moving on to the Premier Division, we've got Albion at home to Wunwell. So your team's at home to Pickering, Richard.
Yeah, tough game. It should be a good game though. Look, a few come down. It should be an entertaining game. But
Yeah, we'll say.
yeah, Pickering going well.
Yeah, because there's no host here this week. I don't know if Scunthorpe's away. Has Scunthorpe got a game? If it's,
I don't know who Scunthorpe have got. It'd be good if they're away as well.
But yeah. Then we got Frickley at home to Handsworth. Horbury, Upton Beverley, which we previewed with Jordan earlier. Then we've got Knaresborough home to Sheffield. Penistone home to Liversedge. Rossington at home to Eckerhill. Tadcaster home to Parkgate. And Thackley home to Campion.
Bradford Derby.
Yeah, it's I got to get my geography right because I got it wrong once before, didn't I? It's Thackley and Campion's at Bradford. I think
Yeah,
last
they are.
season.
Yeah.
I think last season I put Thackley in Rotherham, which I got. There's a few letters, but there you go. But yeah, so we'll move on quickly. Yeah, that should be a good game on a Saturday. No. I don't know if Bradford City playing. I don't know, but if they're away as well, that'd be good for them, you know.
Yeah.
And then Division 1, Armthorpe on to Harrogate, Athersley on to Durnan District, Clubthorne on to Route 1 Rovers, Cruel on to Appleby Froningham.
Lincolnshire Derby.
Lincolnshire Derby, yes. Yeah, Lincolnshire Derby, yeah. Then we're home to Maltby Main. We're 11th and Maltby's 10th. So hoping for a good gate. Because Nathan couldn't play the other night because he was cup tied. I mean, he scored a hat-trick on Saturday. But I was looking, while the reason he was cup tied, he played his team after his team before. There was home to Maltby Main in the League Cup first round earlier in its season. Nathan scored 4 goals, but they lost 5-4. So that would wouldn't make him happy. But if you don't expect if you score 4 goals in a match to be on the losing team, do you? That'd be a rare stat, I would imagine. So we're hoping for fair weather, good weather, and a good crowd. So and a good game. And then Nos still at home to Louth, Selby under new management, at home to Leeds University, and then South Leeds at home to Doncaster City. And then we're just moving to midweek games next week. We've got Appleby Frodingham. This is the Lincolnshire Senior Trophy first round. Appleby Frodingham at home to Sleaford Town, and Barton Town at home to Cruel. Who won the Lincolnshire Senior Cup last year? Do you know, Richard? Want yourselves with it?
Possibly Lincoln United, but I'll be guessing.
Put you on the spot there, right? Okay.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, and then Louth home to Skegness. Well, at least you've got a home tie. You don't have to trip down to Louth on a Tuesday evening or Skegness even. You know.
Yes.
Well, I imagine that would be a good trek to Skegness on an evening game.
Well, we've done it before. Won there, played an unregistered player and got thrown out.
Yeah. Oh, that's even worse, isn't it? Oh dear. Oh dear. Right, we'll move on quickly then. League Cup second round on that on the same night. We've got Frickley home to Bottisford, Knaresborough home to Thackley, and Tadcaster home to Horbury. I think that's the last 3 remaining games in the second round before it gets. I think it would be the last 16. I think. And then we've got the Premier Division. We on that night we've got Albion home to Campion, Parkgate home to Rossington, Pickering at home to Sheffield, and Wunwell home to Penistone. And then Division 1, we've got Durnan District at home to Armthorpe, Glassalton at home to Clubthorne, Harrogate Railway to Brig. We're away to Ilkley Town. So that'll be a good trek on a Tuesday night. And
Yeah, it is.
And the kickoff's at 8 o'clock. So it'll be about 10 o'clock time it finishes. And if we wait around for the kit, one thing or another, it'll be about midnight before we get home. So we could even make it into Wednesday if we're not careful.
Yes.
If we get any holdups. And then Leeds home to Worsbridge Bridge. And then on the Wednesday, Division 1, we've got Doncaster City versus Wakefield, Route 1 versus Winterton, and South Leeds versus Nostell.
That's it for this edition. If you've got any news for the podcast or you'd like to appear on the podcast, please email ncelpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.